production studio with the co-host SG3 and our special guest, White Wrestling. Guys, are you guys ready for tonight?
Let's go, brother.
All right.
Let's go. It is time.
It is time. And let's get into this Raw review tonight. Alrighty, Raw opens up with Oba Femi coming out with a great crowd reaction. What an ovation that they gave Oba Femi tonight at Monday Night Raw. Oba says, "You guys are wonderful in Paris. He would like to soak this in and talk how wonderful that they are, but they have things to attend to. I know. Get down to business once again." But the crowd hypes him up once again. Oba chants are loud again and again. So this guy is getting a lot of right now energy from the crowd everywhere he goes, which is a good thing. I mean, this is all future world heavyweight champion material right here, and rightfully so.
Got a comment.
Comment is Clash and Clash and Italy predictions have already passed.
Interesting. How does that show up? No. Let's check
Did
out the title real quick.
it not switch? Did it not?
On our side, we don't see that. Kevin the Enforcer, where do you see that, by the way? Because on our side, we don't see that. Why? Do you have it on the old
No,
title?
It's not my side. Yeah, it's the old title.
That's why I'm like confused for a second. I'm like, did we mess up
It's
That's
the
all
old
good.
title's from last. It's from Friday.
from Friday, right? I know. That's all good. Yeah, because I was gonna say our titles. Why it's YouTube. All right, why that's on you, man.
okay.
I
been
can't
called
switch.
out.
It's on your side, so you got to fix it. It's not on my side.
What are you talking about? We have the update title in this.
No,
Uh,
you need to fix it. You need to fix it.
Oh, you know what you did?
what?
I know why. Hold on, wait, go back.
You want
You
what?
not save it.
No, I think when you send him the link, you send him this one.
Ah,
So he messed up because he sent you the wrong link, brother.
you
See?
motherfucker! You don't do nothing besides a thumbnail.
Look at him.
Help me.
Blame Windy.
He just want to send it to you.
Yeah, the guy doesn't do much besides just do thumbnails. Like notes.
Helps.
All right, there you go. I'll send you the right link. Anyways, all right, let's get back into it. Let's get into the Raw review. All
You
righty.
need to leave.
He says that him and Paul don't get along. They have one opinion. They both share that Paul Heyman don't believe in predictions and spoilers. So does he. He has one for the crowd that he will run through every single man in the King of the Ring tournament. He would destroy any person, and he would take, rightfully so, the throne as your new King of the Ring. And that's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. And with that, Nick says didn't want to watch Raw this week. I don't blame you, Nick. But actually, I do, because in a way, you missed out on a really good Raw tonight.
It really was a good Raw.
It
Was
was
on
really
a better
good.
show, better crowd. Honestly, it wasn't bad.
It's great.
Storylines were decent, but the matches itself were a lot better this
Yeah,
week.
they were.
But regardless, we continue on. He's here to collect trophies and the head he hasn't collected is the head of Lesnar because the score is 1-1. He can't cause, and he can't. He's not. Sorry, let me say that again. He says he can't collect because he's not here tonight. He disappeared. He cheats. He hits him from behind. He attacks him when he's not looking. Heyman talks about what he unleashed the big bad beast, but the only thing he's seen he unleashed is a big bad bitch. Brock, you can't stay away forever, and when I see you, I'll settle the score. And with that, I mean, honestly, with that promo in itself, that Oba unleashed tonight was pretty great, honestly. I have honestly the highest hope that WWE does him right. I am not a big fan of Brock going over Oba. I'm not a big fan of Brock coming out of retirement. But let's just hope they get on the right track here and keep it going with Oba Femi and this Brock Lesnar feud. Guys, comment real quick. You guys want to comment on this?
I'll tell you this, dude. Right now is the right time to, because if you were looking for the beast to replace Lesnar, you found it. It's
Right.
Oba Femi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to, because you're looking for the longest time, you try to look for Goldberg, you found Brock. Brock had to come back, cool. And I was like, for the longest time, you're looking for the next like big guy, for the next beast. You thought you had Braun Strowman, didn't happen. Jacob Fatu, unfortunately, they couldn't really do much for him, so they were sticking him back with the bloodline. He's been the bloodline's hound.
I wouldn't say too much that they didn't do anything. It's just creative doesn't do anything. It's
But right now, though, you have a guy who is legitimately he's huge, muscular, strong as hell, and just walks through anybody. At this point, right now is the right time to say, Brock, thank you for your services. You want to come back for the Saudi event, make your millions upon millions of dollars, go right ahead. But right now, though, we're going to put all our eggs in one basket, which is called Oba Femi.
I don't think Brock would have an issue with that. I think it's just creative, have no direction for any wrestler right now on the brand. That's the issue. That's why they returned Brock Lesnar back, because they thought this was the right move.
Yeah.
Look, for now, the feud is entertaining. I'll give it that. But was it really necessary? I don't know. At the same time, I think they ran their course too soon with the Oba Femi Open Challenge. And I think they realized that they just creatively had no direction for Oba after WrestleMania. So that's why they did bring Lesnar back. Wyatt, any opinions real quick before we move on?
Like SG3 said, we got a guy who's too freaking powerful right now. It's Oba Femi. If you want to bring in Brock Lesnar for Saudi, bring him in. He can make his millions. It's definitely going to happen again. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar is going to happen again. It's going to be happening. And I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam in his home. I think it's happening. So. I think Oba is going to get cost out of the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. And I think it's going to be LA Knight winning the King of the Ring tournament, guys. So.
And that's not a prediction. That's a
spoiler.
And with that, we got a couple of comments. Nick says, I think they want Lesnar versus Oba to be like Lesnar versus Roman. They want a multi-match series. And that, Nick,
I hope not.
Well, that I actually agree with you that WWE wants.
I agree with that one.
I hope they don't extend it more than 3 matches. I hope it's just 2 and 1. But I could see WWE wanting that length, and I could even see this going to Saudi, unfortunately, which it doesn't need to be. So if it does go to Saudi, I could see it more like 2-2. I don't know when we're gonna get the next match after SummerSlam if that was the case, but it has to be before WrestleMania in Saudi. But I really don't like that thought, but I can see WWE going that route. Zach Uso Yeet says, did this man change his name again?
Now
he has
changing his name all the time. I don't know why.
All righty. Either way, he says,
hello.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Zach?
El Grande Americano.
All righty. So after all this segment that Oba does, we then get Dominic Mysterio. He comes out and says, Oba, you don't rule anybody. See, you're so worried about Lesnar, you should be worried about Dirty Dom. Oba, let me ask you a question. And how long have you been here a rookie? And before he gets to say more, Oba starts hearing the chants because the fans shout heavily, Oba, Oba, Oba,
Oba.
And with that, Dom says, what, a cup of coffee? And he says, I'm a veteran in this game. He's the king of the luchadors. And once he wins the King of the Ring, he will rule over him.
Oh.
So he goes into the ring at this point, but he doesn't get in. He looks at Oba Femi and says, so why don't you make it easy bend the knee and respect the stash. He comes to the apron at that point to distract Oba from JD to hit Oba with the steel chair. But guess what? It has no effect, as afterwards Oba clocks JD with the chair himself. Dom then goes for a 619, connects, goes to the top rope, but Oba Femi, the monster he is, catches Dominic Mysterio's, he slams him down. But before Oba starts doing real damage to Dominic Mysterio, his friend JD takes him out and saves him. Oba then grabs a mic and says, "You messed up tonight.
This is the best part.
We know Ray is your father.
No, he's not.
But next week, he's going to introduce him to his daddy."
Daddy.
And afterwards, Dominic says, "He's not my dad." You know, great segment, great opener. Crowd's heavily invested in Oba. I'm excited to see what's next for these two guys. I do like the dynamic. I do like Dominic finally getting involved in the storyline, because this man has no direction for almost a goddamn month. And now we're having a good storyline finally for Dominic Mysterio. I'm excited to see Judgment Day versus Oba Femi. But Judgment Day is going to get a lot of deep waters, because Oba ain't a man you want to face.
True.
They need some heavy power to get after this guy. And I don't think JD and Dom could do enough to damage this guy by himself. We got a couple of comments.
I was trolling my friends by making my YouTube name Dan Housen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nick says Dom Mysterio getting booed out the building.
He was actually. Today he got booed, which was kind of odd, because usually he gets cheered now more than often. But it reminded me of the old school Dominic Mysterio boos that I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I love
Zach
that
says
one.
Dominic should understand that Oba Femi is the ruler, and when that day comes, Oba's going to lift him up and be Dom's new daddy.
All right, well, there we go. I can't argue with that statement.
I got one last one. Nick says Daddy Oba with hard eyes.
I mean, hey, man, he's a big dude.
Amen.
Hey, man, I mean, honestly, man, when you see that guy, there's no other way to look up at him with those eyes.
No
Yeah. So regardless, man, it's a great opener. I liked it. I'm honestly excited to see
I loved it.
more into the feud with Dom and Oba. I think Judgment Day I do not like Judgment Day, period. I don't like this version of Judgment Day. I think they should disband it and call it something new. But I like the fact that they're going with the new direction and finally going into a proper feud set for them. So excited to see. All right. Seth then gets interviewed by Jackie Robinson, saying, imagine him feeling a bit satisfaction after having seen Braun Breaker spear Paul Heyman last week through the barricade wall. Seth says, listen to him. And at this point, Paris is just in awe with Seth Rollins doing his theme. You already know that theme song. When Seth Rollins says, welcome to Monday Night Rollins. And at that point, he says, time is a flat circle, because last time he was in Paris, he was the world heavyweight champion. He was the leader of the Vision. And the Vision was the future. But now the Vision is the past. The present is the King of the Ring tournament. And a win is necessary. The further it is me taking back the title, he didn't lose. He has a date down the line with Roman Reigns, the man he used to call brother. He's holding to a title that doesn't belong to him. One, he has made it belong to the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. All right, quick segment with Seth. Good introduction. I liked it. Raw's kind of moving fast paced. Pretty good. Couple of more comments.
Actually, one last one.
One last one.
Zach says, or Brock Lesnar costs Oba.
Well, that's the theory that eventually, put it this way, after you call Brock Lesnar a big bad bitch, I don't think Brock's going to take it kindly to that. So we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks, Zach. You never know. We might see Brock Lesnar finally come out from wherever he's hiding from and attack Oba once again behind his back. I mean, maybe a little foreshadowing by Oba too. So
True.
he only has himself to blame at that point. Then Alexa Bliss comes out because at that point because we have Chelsea Green and Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan all go at it in a fatal four-way qualifier match for the Queen of the Ring tournament. And at this point, this match does go back and forth. Pretty good spot fest going on, actually, towards the end. Honestly, this match wasn't that bad. I liked it. These women had great chemistry, all of them. But the ending, I did not like. So put it this way. Chelsea Green goes for the Unprettier to Becky Lynch. But out of nowhere, Liv Morgan comes out and pins Chelsea Green and picks up the win to advance to the tournament. And that means Liv Morgan goes on. What do you guys think about this?
I hate it.
I hate it too.
It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense, but it kind of does. If you do put her in the finals, something could happen. Like maybe Roxy betrays her or something that somehow. But it should have been Chelsea, man. It should have been. Like, Chelsea was there. Chelsea deserves a lot. It just sucks.
Yeah. What do you think, SG3?
I agree with him, honestly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember back when we were still young and the King of the Ring happened, the champion was never in the tournament.
Well, yeah, that's what we talked about for the last couple of episodes. That, especially last week, that it doesn't make sense. Well, here's the issue.
I mean, let's put it. I get the women's roster is very thin. But why?
I disagree with that. The women roster is not thin. I think it's stacked more
It's
than
super
ever.
stacked. Honestly, it's super stacked,
Yeah.
but they just don't see it stacked. That's what I'm saying by the running thin.
I don't think it's running thin. I just think creative is so dumb. Because here's the issue. The real issue is Liv Morgan has nothing to do. No storyline, no direction for weeks, for months, since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Since the whole Stephanie Vaquer getting injured, they just had no creative direction for her after she got injured because that was the feud that they were trying to set and run with. And afterwards, they're like, well, I don't know, just go show up at segments and have fun. And it doesn't make sense. I agree. The women's champions should not be competing in the Queen of the Ring. It doesn't make no fucking sense. And for her to qualify, taking the spot away from one of these three women, see, it could have been anybody. Any of these three women would have been
Becky.
fine.
Could have been Alexa.
Yeah. Becky made sense.
Could have been Chelsea.
Chelsea made sense. Alexa Bliss would have been my last pick, but she would have made sense. But anybody. But instead, we move on with Liv Morgan, which makes no sense that she's the women's champion. So if she wins the Queen of the Ring, what does that mean? I don't think she's going to win.
No.
But if she does,
No, she ain't winning. No.
what does that mean in the end?
Creative is really bad right now.
Yeah. It's just so stupid.
Creative sucks.
Yeah.
We got a couple comments, by the way. Firstly, Ryan Milky, hey, welcome back, brother.
Hey!
Long time no see.
Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man. Zach says, not Liv. I hate her song and that she won.
Which song? Because SG3 likes one. Remember that.
Love them all.
Trouble.
Greatest of all
Sorry.
time, man.
Hey, that
She's
could have
better
been
than Britney
Billboard
Spears.
top
Better than Britney Spears.
50 or something, you know? You never know.
It's her singles.
Hey,
albums.
she gave us a hell of a performance on Raw. Come on, damn it. That was a good fucking theme song of her. I don't know why they didn't roll with it afterwards. All right, what else we got?
First Dom and now this. Dan, please curse Liv too.
I mean, honestly, I think that's the direction we want all to see because creative for Liv Morgan has just been really horrible. I don't know what they're going on. That has been the talk of the town, basically, is what they're doing with Liv Morgan makes no sense creative-wise. And it's just a waste of space, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that it's Liv Morgan herself. She's great. I'm saying this is creative. It's just stupid. That's all.
Yeah.
So don't take it twisted. We love Liv Morgan. It's just how creative is so dumb right now and have no direction where they want to go with this angle so far. We already know that this is kind of foreshadowing to Raquel versus Liv in probably the finals, where I could see Raquel probably winning this and causing some chaos in Judgment Day finally.
Yeah. Or even Roxanne.
Roxanne's out though.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I got another theory for that later on tonight when we talk about it.
We got one more comment from Nick. As long as Michael Piece of shit Hayes is there, Chelsea will always be new.
You bogus for that, Nick.
Screwed Michael.
You bogus for that, Nick. You don't have to get a reminder of Michael fucking Hayes talking about Chelsea Green like that. It makes me sad.
Yeah, just screw him.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right about that. So regardless, look, we move on. Penta's then seen with good old unmasked Chad Gable. And he tells him, Penta, I'll keep this short because you got an important match tonight. I talked to your brother, and I've done a lot in the past that I'm ashamed of. I spiral, crazy, impersonated a luchador, disrespecting the culture. And it all started because I lost to you in your WWE debut. And at that point, Chad Gable says, but I'm not going to lie. That match that we had was awesome. But, I don't take it. Like in the end, he says, look, I don't take it like a man. My actions shows that I don't expect anything from you, but I'm here to look you in the eye and say, I'm sorry. Penta says, I love Lucha Libre and his brother, and it's not easy to hold his own, and I know that. You want to do right by Lucha Libre, you need to know who you need to talk to. Chad says, I know. So there's still more people that Penta's kind of saying, I forgive you, but there's still more guys you got to apologize for. But regardless, the segment was pretty good. I like seeing Chad Gable back on TV, getting a spotlight finally. And if you notice, when he did come out, he had a great crowd.
He had a huge pop, man.
He had a huge pop, and when he said he was sorry, he even had a bigger pop. So it was nice to see that they're going right about this whole Chad Gable, and they're showing him. Last week they showed him on SmackDown apologizing to Phoenix. Now Penta, and later on we got him back once again. But until then, let's read a comment real quick.
Ryan says, "Liv winning solidifies her reign as women's champ. New music, new video. I agree, creative is dumb, but it kind of makes sense in a weak women's division. In my opinion, we need Stephanie back."
So at that point, we get new music, huh? I kind of makes sense in a week. The women's division is, I don't know. See, here's the thing. Yes, it's weak. But the funny thing is we have a stacked roster that I don't understand why we don't utilize some of these women. Call up some of these women from NXT. We've been looking at Blake Monroe supposedly making her main roster debut.
It's just like the year over again.
Yes, I don't understand. Hell, what happened to Jordan Grace? That too.
Oh, where'd she go?
She was injured like really badly though.
No, she's not injured anymore. She was in main event, and then she disappeared from main event too. Like, what is up going on with a lot of these women wrestlers? Like, we have a stacked roster of great talent.
Whatever happened to Natalia?
I mean, she's doing her thing at AAA though.
Oh.
Like, I'll give her credit. She's going out there doing her.
She's been on NXT.
Yeah.
She's been on NXT as trainer. She's a trainer. She's been training.
Which
people.
I agree. That's the direction I want to see her because she's already give a lot to the game, and she could really.
Oh, she's a legend.
Oh yeah, she could really move the next generation. What else we got here?
We got a couple comments. Jose Martinez, what's up, brother? Welcome back. LOL. Trump was at the Knicks game and got booed.
Interesting.
Of course.
Ryan, it's leading to a Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable match.
You think so?
I can see it down the road. I can see it though.
I can see it down the road, but I don't see it yet.
Down the road.
I don't see it yet.
Not right now.
And then Zach Uzo Yeet says, when is CM Punk returning?
I don't know.
He's getting jacked.
He looks jacked. I think he's taking a break. Look, he's old. Let's be real. He's old and he's running out of gas. So he needed the break. He looks in great shape right now. My predictions, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Good time.
SummerSlam. Yeah. I can see
What else we got?
Nick says, what happened to Maxine Dupree? She got 8 by
She's
division.
not backstage.
Tonight there was no appearance of Maxine Dupree.
Uh, I saw her. She was so somebody was coming back, and she was talking to Otis and Tozawa. I saw
really?
her. I don't, but you couldn't really see her. But I saw her. So
Was this a commercial segment or was this like
no, it was during the
during the
show.
show? Interesting. I must have missed that.
It was going to a commercial.
So that's the thing. We'll give our predictions about this whole Maxine Dupree and even Chad Gable later on. What else we got?
Okay. Penta said he's needing to talk to someone else in regards to Lucha Libre. Who has a say in the WWE when it comes to Lucha? Ray. But he did talk to him, though, brother.
He did talk to him later on.
Talk about that later.
Yep. So yeah, I agree with you on that, Ryan. So let's continue on with this Rob review. Alrighty. And with that being said, we end up getting Seth and Montez Ford seen together as Montez looks at Seth and says, you know what? I wish you the best, Rollins. Good luck. Because honestly, you is this generation king of the ring. Seth says he's glad he stopped by. He's glad he helped him last week. And also asks, how's Dawkins doing? But before you can answer that, the Usos show up. And Seth looks at them and says, can I help you, gentlemen? Jay says, Seth, I'll be real careful how you talk about the family. Matter of fact, I'm king of the ring as well. Tournament. I'm winning it tonight. Taking the champion from Cody Rhodes. Yeet.
Oh, Lord.
Seth says,
whatever, Jay.
Seth says, congrats. I'm glad you in the tournament. You're not going to win, though. That's more I can say about you than I can say about Big Jim over here. He's not in the tournament. Big Jim's on the sideline. How Roman likes it. Yeah. He doesn't know if they listen. He wasn't talking about the family. He was talking about Reigns. I get this is a family thing. He's not, and he's disappointed. He thought that they were better than this, but maybe he was wrong. This is the best they can do, being bag boys for Roman Reigns. Which, honestly, I could agree with Seth Rollins here. He says Jacob can get his... So at this point, he says, Jacob, get this fool, Oos. Then Fatu looks at Seth, takes off his glasses, and walks away. While Jay Uso looks confused, Seth laughs and says, family, eh? And they all walk away from each other. So this segment alone says a lot. It kind of makes you, it kind of pokes to the fact that it's funny that the Usos were all about being independent, being their own person. But the snap of the finger when Roman called them, they went back to being the bag boys of Roman Reigns once again, which kind of makes no sense creative-wise. Like, all of a sudden, it wasn't about family. It was about, it wasn't any bloodline stuff. It's about family matters. And now it just seems like bloodline stuff once again, unfortunately. With that being said, what do you guys think overall with the segment? Any thoughts, comments?
I like the fact that Jacob walked away like saying, I'm cool.
Well, I like the fact that he doesn't listen to Jay and Jimmy, which he does mention later. Why? What do you think?
Exactly. Like you said, I liked what Jacob doesn't answer to Jay and Jimmy. He only answers to one person. His name is the OTC, Roman Reigns. Jay seems like he's acting like a little bit of the tribal chief over here, and he ain't the tribal chief. So I would tell this to Jey Uso: just shut the hell up.
Yep.
And just be like a goon, like Roman Reigns, with being your leader and everything.
I agree. And at this point, it's like I don't know what direction they're gonna go with this because we're down to Seth, Montez. I don't know how long Dawkins gonna be out, but at the same time, Is the Usos getting the fuse with Zed? What is going on? Because we saw Seth calling out Roman Reigns already, and he called him out, and it looks like it might be for SummerSlams. So who knows what's going to happen? I did like the Fatu segment and how he's not going to take orders from the Usos, obviously. So we'll see how all that plays along later tonight. We got Jimmy Uso's acting like Roman's bitch. I agree on that. And then we also got one from Zach that says, and then LA Knight. Yeah, I came, I think. Yep, he did. So
He did.
put it this way, afterwards, this segment, we did get, at this point, sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. We then see Lyra and Bailey. Bailey's excited for Lyra. Lyra says she's excited as well. She hasn't held gold in a year. Dang. Bailey then says, that's not what this is about. This is getting back what is yours. Everything she's got in her tonight, she goes after again, whatever it takes, because she is Lyra and she's one of the best. She believes in her, and good luck to you. And with that, Sol Ruka comes out because she faces Lyra one-on-one for the IC title. This match wasn't that bad, actually. This just proves that Lyra is one of the best female wrestlers in the division right now. I honestly think she's great. I thought she was really good in this match. Her and Sol had pretty good chemistry. This was a decent match, which ended up Sol Ruka beating her for the 1-2-3 with the Snow Snatcher out of nowhere. What do you guys think of the segment overall and the match?
Good segment. I did not know it was that long since Lyra had held gold. But I like the fact of what they did in the match. That was a really fantastic match. Yes, I noticed a couple botches here and there. Nothing to critique, though. It happens. But, dude, honestly, they put on a phenomenal match. You could tell it's like they really started each other. And honestly, tonight's wrestling was just it was top tier tonight. So that's my opinion, Zach. What do you want to say to that?
Yeah, it's a great segment with Bailey and Lyra. The reason why I'm going to tell you this is why Lyra has not held the gold for a year is because Lyra and Becky last year, when they were feuding with the IC title, Becky, if she would won, she could no longer challenge her as the champion.
Right.
That's why she lost. So that's why Lyra's not been the champion for like a year. But it was a great match. Soul Snatcher out of nowhere. Perfect match.
Do you guys see this running back one more time?
I hope it does.
I hope
it comes back like maybe SummerSlam. Like if you want to put it on the big stage. If today was like your testing waters, I could see we're coming back around SummerSlam or like another big event.
I think that I think that would be too long. I think they'll run it back. Could be a Night of Champions.
That could also be it.
Or Saturday night's main event next month. I could see it one of those 2 days. But it'll be interesting to see it again. I would like to see it because I thought these two had good chemistry. I just think Lyra is the future of WWE, and I hope they do her right, and I hope they keep pushing her to the top because she's still young and she has a lot to offer to the company. And I hope they don't bury her in the mid-card scene like they do with a lot of these wrestlers. Having Bailey next to her, I'm sure guides her to a good direction because Bailey's very underrated when it comes to wrestling and in the mic, basically. Yeah. A couple of comments, by the way.
Okay. Jose Martinez. I'll be honest. I'm kind of getting tired of LA Knight and the Bloodline. But I feel like that's the only time we're going to see LA on TV. LA needs to feud with someone else. I really wish it was Brock Lesnar.
You're not wrong. I am getting tired of it. It's predictable. It's running the same old shit again and again. The sad part is you are right. We did see LA Knight on the Chris Van Fleet podcast, and he did talk about a lot of things and went into a lot of things that we've all been thinking about. He just put it all out there. And if you guys haven't seen that interview, you guys should go check it out. But he held nothing back. And what we've been thinking about, creative and stuff, is exactly what he went into on that podcast. It's unfortunate, but you're right. The only time we're going to ever see him. As far as him feuding with Brock, I would like to see it only if LA Knight went over. The issue is he wouldn't go over.
Yeah.
Not in a million years Brock Lesnar would ever put a guy like LA Knight over, unfortunately.
Ryan says, "What's with WWE pushing Sol Ruka so hard immediately off the blocks? Let her find her feet. I feel she needs a new finisher. The Soul Snatch is fun a couple of times, but it will get old very quickly. I feel she's been pushed super fast."
So
ain't
you're not
wrong.
wrong, actually. I agree with you, Ryan. I do think that she's been pushed real quick, and I think she was handed the title real quickly as well. I think they should have let her first get a couple of matches, get the build up, get the mic work, get everything slow and steady. But instead, they put her right away to the main event scene, and we saw a couple of bouts,
Champion.
especially at Clash of Italy. And Becky seemed kind of annoyed during that match a couple of times because I feel like Sol Ruka missed her cue. And it's unfortunate because Sol is a good wrestler, but when you're on a big stage, it brings a whole new level of nerves to you. So, yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. What do you guys think?
I agree with him. She was pushed super fast. I get it. But I feel like, honestly, for her was the whole social media presence that really has really pushed. And a lot of wrestlers nowadays, they're getting pushed because of their presence on social media. And it doesn't matter what they do in the ring. It doesn't matter what they do, what they don't do. Botches, no botches. If you have a very high social media presence, so you're getting a bunch of likes and a bunch of this, it's like, oh, cool. That's what's going to drive us because that's what Logan Paul did. And look at him now. So, unfortunately, I can see it.
Well, Logan Paul's a celebrity, though.
But I'm saying, though, they're looking at like likes, comments, like that kind of stuff to actually drive people to watch you on WWE. Because Sol Ruka, she did recently, when she first came onto Raw, she did a handstand walk to her car and then got in that way. That drove a lot of comments around. Everyone was like, oh, dude, that's really awesome, this and that. So all of that brought a lot of attention to her. That's what I'm saying. WWE seeing like social media as, if you're not big on social media or people are not giving you hashtags or like tagging you and stuff like that, you're not going to be that big here.
But what about then Matt Cardona?
Matt Cardona was always the internet king, man.
Matt Cardona's the internet king, man. I just see it like WWE picks and choose, and they really do want to push Sol Ruka, and I do think Sol Ruka's great. I just don't think he's very, like, I don't think they
Ready.
took this steady. I think they just pushed her right away. Wyatt, what do you think?
I totally agree with Ryan. I think they pushed her way too fast, but it's great to have her got the win at Clash in Italy, but they're pushing her way too fast. Like SG3 said, they're looking at their social media, how many likes they get, how many comments they get, like during their posts. They're looking at it that way a little bit, but I agree with you, Wendy, as well. They are looking in a different way. They want to bring some people in. They want to push them. Some of them they don't want to push. So for Sol Ruka, they kind of did push her way too fast because she did a couple botches
Oh yeah,
on her matches, and but she's still a great wrestler. But she got pushed way too.
she
fast.
needs to improve too on the mic because I think she needs a lot of mic work.
Yeah.
And she needs to find the right character for her right now.
Exactly.
But like I said, I got hope for Sol Ruka, so I think she'll
I have
find her
hope
ways.
I do.
What else you got?
I do.
Zach says, Ryan also says, LA Knight is the male version of Chelsea Green, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Enhancement talent only.
The bridesman, never the bride. You bogus for that, Ryan.
It's true though, but it's funny.
It's true.
That's sad too, man.
That's funny. I'm sad. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Okay,
Alrighty.
Zach says, also, I'm about to unlock tier 40 in ringside pass. Okay.
I'm at like fucking 32. I'm still behind. I haven't played that game in a while.
I'm on
So, yeah.
I'm on the second tier, man. I'm already on the second tier. I'm not even done with the Rings Pass season 2. What the heck, man?
I only got a little further for playing playing a little bit more lately, but even then I'm way behind. I might as well just buy the tiers at this point. Well, then again, it's probably
Exactly. It costs you money,
Yeah.
dude. That's
Stupid.
stupid. I don't want to pay that.
So Jose gave 2 comments. Ryan, I got to disagree. I think it's great that she won and got that push. It's new, it's fresh. I'm not a fan of her, and also that finisher can mess her up down the line. But internet wrestling community will always complain saying WWE should push this person from NXT or this person. Hey, it's happening.
So look, I agree with you, Jose, about the whole finisher messing her up down the line. That is one of the concerns that we had. That her style, her
Yeah.
moveset is not sustainable for her in the future
No.
at all. So she needs to find a different style to tone it down a little bit. It's kind of like Will Ospreay. We saw how crazy he
Yeah,
was,
exactly.
when before the neck injury. And I think he talked
Mhm.
about how Jericho warned him back in the day, like, hey, you need to tone it down. Like, you're great in the ring, but this style is going to get you injured. And he wasn't wrong. Like, the guy eventually got a neck injury, and that's severe.
Nasty one.
Yeah. And I think So Ruka
Mhm.
is going to head to that direction if she doesn't find a new finisher for her to, like, basically go with. Because this Snow Satcher, it's great. It's popping. It gets the internet going. But the issue is I feel like it's going to cause an injury down the line. Her and Javon Evans are in the same boat right now. But I mean, if I'm not wrong, actually, she was in talk about injury during Clash of Italy because they weren't sure she was 100%.
Yeah.
And it was during one of her matches.
Mhm.
So that is kind of a scary thought to go. So I do think she needs to tone it down, find a new style, but yet still have that high flying move sense every once in a while. Save it more for the PLEs when it matters. The high spots, the main events, not Raws and WWE Live. But I don't know. I guess for him, he disagrees, which is fine. This is subjective. You could disagree and agree. Everybody has their opinion. So, we'll just leave that one at that. Zach Russo says,
Actually, Ryan said one before. I agree with you, Jose. I want NXT stars pushed. I just don't think she's ready just yet. I like her style and her moves. I just don't want to have it done in a flash and released next year when injured.
that is a good concern. That is something we just touch about. What do you guys think about that?
I do agree with you. Honestly, her moveset is pretty dangerous. It's dangerous, but not only for her, but also for the opponent. If you want to see someone who can just slamming himself on his back for such a long time, not having back complications because of it, Randy Orton. Look at him right now. Soruka's headed down that path at this moment. I agree. Right now, you know what? If you want to do with a high fly and all that stuff, cool. But I think eventually, about a year, 6 months a year, start training on a different kind of moveset. Her and Javon Evans. Because you got to understand, this is not NXT where it's only a 1 week, maybe once a month. You have 2 shows to do in the same week. This is WWE where WWE house shows are coming back. WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown, PLEs, all of that. It's a really tough schedule on your body. Plus, you have to work out. Plus, you're not really sleeping a lot. All of that is just basically a drain on your body.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. No,
I think both of them should honestly start looking at, what, right now, I'm in my low 20s. I can maybe do it for 6 months, and let me just go ahead and preserve. That's how your AJ Styles, your Daniel Bryans, your Daniel Bryansons, all those guys, especially the ladies, Trish Stratus, when she came back, she looked great. Charlotte Flair, still at this age, still looks great, even though she's been through her injuries. It's because they started changing the moves and realizing, look, I can do this right now, but I can't do this forever.
Yeah, so you did put up a great point on that, and I agree with you 100%. It probably is going to take one of these old veterans to tell her, hey, you know what? Let's talk about your move sets. Hey, we want you to be on this game for quite a while. We don't want you to be injured, just like Ryan and Jose said. So I agree with you guys 100%. Why? Well, do you have any comments on all this?
No, not at the moment. I totally agree with you guys on that one. Definitely do.
Okay, great. What else we got here?
We got a couple comments. Zach says, I'll be getting Brock Lesnar Backlash 03 and King with Slow Chemical Theme. He says, nah, I didn't buy the tiers because there's so much a scam. It's so much money. And I was just doing matches as Brock Lesnar against the dummy. I put the dummy overall as 30 and Brock is 94.
With that type of rate, of course you're gonna move out fast, man. I'm over here trying to face.
We
I'm
call
just
it
trying
cheat
to have
codes
fun,
over
actually.
here.
I just like having dream matches, actually. I like the game. It's pretty good. Time to waste, time to kill type of thing. I mean, overall, there's some improvements for next year, but I like the game, but that's a smart way to do it. What was the glitch? Not the glitch, sorry. What was the thing they were doing before this? It was the Eric Bischoff, where you would just take like a Brock Lesnar and beat up Eric Bischoff, the lowest ranked guy, several times in a row. And then
Oh
And
man, those are good
And
days.
then 2K updated a patch where they made it Eric Bischoff a little bit more difficult to beat in that perspective. And I think this went all the way to
Stupid.
Eric Bischoff that he got it on this podcast. And he was like, wow, well, I should feel blessed that people still remember me like that. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember that. I remember that was when the game first came out. Yeah.
I remember that.
Mythic. Honestly, thank you for the Twitch stream. Thank you for the Twitch comment. Really do appreciate it. This is the first one I think we've gotten on here.
Yeah. So guys, that's just a bot. I banned that person. It's just
Oh,
Okay.
a
cool.
bot.
Cool. Yeah, it's a bot because the AI
They're
viewer
bots.
streamboo.com. So yeah, we can tell us about me bot. But still, though, appreciate you for commenting. Jose Martinez
Banned
says,
it.
"I'll agree and drinks to that, Ryan. Also, nice shades, Wyatt."
Oh, thank you.
All righty. So we got through some of those comments. And with that, further down Raw we go tonight. And we're pretty much more than halfway there. Jay comes out mad and then says, "What's up with that, Oos?" He says, "When he comes at any time at set, you're supposed to have my back." And he's talking to Fatu at this moment. Jimmy then says, "I got you, Oos. We call the play. You supposed to run it, Fatu." Jacob says, "Run it? Hold up. Let's not get it twisted. I don't acknowledge you or your punk ass, Jay." I like the fact that he just right away calls up
I
Jay.
love that.
I like the whole dynamic that him and Jay have right now. It's really pretty great.
I love
The
that.
only one I acknowledge is the OTC Roman Reigns. To keep it 100, you two worry about me. You need to worry about LA Knight. Didn't y'all tell LA Knight
Yeah.
to stop talking about the family? Knowing LA, he has lots on his mind and a lot to say. He's probably out there talking about the family. And y'all two out here doing nothing.
Dang.
Jimmy says, then group texted then, and then Jimmy says, "Don't worry about him." And then when he looks back, Jay disappears as well. And he's like, "What the fuck?" At this point, we do see LA Knight making his way to the ring. Before we get into that, so we got a little bit more issues with the Usos, Fatu going on. They're not on the same page. They're not going to be on the same page. Do you see this eventually, Fatu warming up, or is this just going to go on continuously throughout the whole summer?
I hope it continues through the whole summer because it makes for funny segments.
It makes it a better dynamic, especially Jay and Fatu. What do you think, Wyatt?
I agree. I think it needs to go all summer. It gives you better dynamic, funnier segments. Just Jacob going menace on Jey Uso. It's just perfect to do it that way during the summer.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's pretty good. I agree. I think it should just go on at this point throughout SummerSlam. And let's see if they worked in the same page when they have to face bigger feuds with bigger, people and stables at that point. So we'll see down the line how this, works out in the end. Any more comments, Guy, on this real at all before we move on to the
No
next?
more comments, no.
Nope. Alrighty. So at this point, LA Knight comes out. Friday, he says Friday, SmackDown, Fatal 4-Way, King of the Ring, Royce Keys, Jey Uso, Finn Balor, everyone saying LA Knight. They all face off.
Yeah.
He says, ordinary, I walk here. Say I'm gonna walk all four of them and face off Roman Reigns when I win for the championship. The crowd at this point chants OTC. But he says, you know what? He's not mad at them for chanting Roman Reigns. Can you, at this point, he says, you can. Tonight, he's not going to come out here and say he's going to win the King of the Ring. He's considered the landscape right now wrestling. Roman Reigns is the guy that empire is crumbling. He's out here holding on to any power he can to keeping us all trapped in this bloodline vortex.
Dang.
Honestly, when he said this, I feel like he's just shooting. He's legit shooting at this one because he's probably pissed off that he's once again inserted into the bloodline.
Literally.
And he
Mhm.
says, so I can't think someone from the bloodline ain't gonna come down here and interfere to help out Jade win. He heard the warning shots. Don't talk about the family. It's none of your business. But unlike them, he doesn't take orders from Roman Reigns. I don't fall in the line to the tribal chief. This neighborhood, he is the chief. So is Chief LA Knight. He goes and wins the King of the Ring for the title. You can't think for a second that every single bloodline member will come out here. Jacob, Jay, Jimmy, John Jingle Hyden Smith. Fun fact, his name is my name too. He's probably gonna get involved there too. Mom, their dad, their uncle, their aunt, their son, their daughter, you know, the whole fiasco. Roman Reigns will still be champ. Guess who's gonna put the stamp on it? And that is Adam Pearce. He ain't gonna go far to say Adam is in the pocket of the bloodline. He's gonna say there's a stark market difference. He talks to him and Roman. He got his favorites, but that's okay. He may not, and this is another shoot, I feel like. He may not be the unchosen. He may be the unchosen, but every single one of you chose me. And he looks at the fans. He chose himself, which means he does it his way. He gets the job done, and he makes the one promise, and that is, I don't know how to quit or stop. I can't stop. LA Knight, he wishes at this point, LA Knights, he wishes every single man luck, especially Jay. He wishes so much luck to him to do it on his own without calling his family to ringside.
Yeah.
And at this point, Jay then comes out, does his yeet, he just comes in the ring and yeets out all the way. And then eventually he looks at him and says, main event Jay Uso's in your city. And at that point, he tries to run it back and does the yeet once again until LA Knight cuts it out and says, you don't expect me to just stand here and watch this. Tell me why you came out here to interrupt me. Then Jay says, all gassed out, by the way.
Actually, he was.
Yeah, he was like losing
Yeah.
it. Because whenever his family comes out to call me, I'm going to answer. That's called, I need to stay in your lane. As far me and you, yeah, I'm in the King of the Ring. I don't need to know. I'm still him, Arena Shaker. I'm still main event. Jey Uso, especially exactly I am here. Warning shot. Boom. And he says all this while he's gassed out. Honestly, it was a bad segment. His moment. Now, let's put it this way. LA Knight, great segment. Awesome. On point. Jay just kind of lowered it down a notch here. LA says, cut that. Okay, you have a right to boo. Fine. I did. So before he does the yeeting, LA Knight did say to cut that. He says, you have the right to boo because I did that at Mania. I don't fault you guys. But my man, really, my man, two-man, you have me wrong. He respects the fact that you're passionate about your family. I love that. In fact, you should be. That's a good man should be. Friday, I want to wish you good luck. From the bottom of my heart, top to bottom, I say this. Screw your family. Jay then takes off his shirt and then goes to the ring until Jimmy comes out to save him. And that's how this segment ends. Guys, what do you guys think of this segment? I thought LA Knight's part was great. I thought there was some personal business that he was shooting at legit.
Yeah.
That he felt like he needed to get out of his chest. So a lot of this felt real, which I liked. I like that. I like that old school, I'm going to shoot and I'm going to let it be known that creative sucks.
Yep.
And I like LA Knight segment, but the whole Jey Uso, man, segment just kind of brought it down too much, man. To me, this was one of the lowest points of Jey Uso so far. He got. I cannot believe the man got gassed out by just making his entrance. What do you guys think?
He's gotta hit the cardio. He's gotta stop the double waffle, man.
He's got to do
He
something.
needs to stop drinking. Honestly, I don't doubt that he's ever like not drinking during these segments anymore.
I wonder that probably does.
Any thoughts on the segment? Any thoughts on LA Knight running the bloodline
Honestly,
angle?
man, the bloodline angle with LA Knight is old and stale, but LA Knight though is making it seem like, dude, he's getting his frustrations out. I think he just dropped a pipe bomb for this generation. Talking the way he did, he broke so many walls with what he said, and at this point though, it was right on point. Jey Uso really got the hot tag in. He could have came in with the hot tag, really nailed it, really did awesome, and then he's like, hey, boost, like, bro, no.
You mean yeah?
Well, first and yeet. Honestly, man, it didn't. His segment didn't do much. I feel like honestly, LA could have done at least about a good 5-minute segment on this instead of the 1.5, 2 minutes that he got probably.
I think at this point they could have ran it better with Jimmy because I feel like Jimmy on the mic at this point is a lot better than Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What do you think?
I agree. I think LA Knight just basically dropped a pipe bomb on us in 2026. I think he's trying to get his frustrations out with creative because creative sucks. Jey Uso, yeah, this really lowered my night on the Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Jey Uso doing the freaking yeets and then running it back, and I'm like, why do we need this? And then him, like, ooh, stop.
He did his best impersonation of SpongeBob. I need water.
Yeah.
So my theory is this, though. I do see the last final to be LA Knight versus whoever at this point, but I do see LA Knight just because it doesn't make sense him to get involved back into the bloodline and not go all the way and win this. It doesn't make no sense why they would rehash this feud once again. I could see him going all the way and winning the King of the Ring. And if he does, I'm kind of happy because this is probably the best we're ever going to get. I don't think he's ever going to win the title, but at least we could say he won the King of the Ring, I guess.
He won something.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he won something.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to win Money in the Bank, which is unfortunate. So
I wish.
I guess this is the only thing. And I kind of like the whole King LA Knight type of name to it. So I'm for it.
A couple comments. Firstly, Zach says, Savage, here's a tip. Every Hell in a Cell or any match, just use the shovel because it doesn't break like chairs and candlesticks.
That's a good. I know that for a fact because that's the weapon I use a lot because it's that.
Yes.
Or what's the other one? The sledgehammer. The sledgehammer never breaks and it does a lot of damage.
It does.
Jose Martinez says, LOL.
Yep.
Ryan says, I'm going to bed, fellas. It's 6:30 for me. Good morning. Good night, chat. Good night, brother. Have yourself a good night.
Good night, brother.
Good night, man.
Build Out Live. Yo, welcome to the chat, brother. We appreciate the comment. Thank you.
Welcome to Twitch.
Appreciate it, man.
Jose, what's more worse? Evolution taking over WWE 2020, 2003, 2004 on Raw or the Bloodline?
Okay, so let's get this. Let's get this stated first. Evolution 03 and 04. Look, we look at it now back when nostalgia, we think it's great. During the time, we cannot lie, it was kind of boring. Triple H's reign of terror was bad.
It was.
The only good thing about Evolution is what led to it afterwards, with Randy Orton being the single mid card that he finally got to be up there on the top, winning his first title as a world heavyweight title to be at the time youngest world heavyweight champion. Great accomplishment by him. And then eventually Batista having that great feud with Triple H and spanning off to me to be one of the greatest WrestleMania moments during that time. You know, the whole thumbs up, thumbs down thing, iconic.
To this day.
Bloodline. wasn't bad when it first started. I still think Bloodline storyline was one of the best we had in years, and I'll hold that.
Yes.
But this new version of it, I'm sorry, I just think it's so dumb. It's so bad.
Still.
It's cringy. It's like, so you guys, maybe I don't know why. Maybe you're a little too young, but maybe it's just, do you remember this? You remember when Coke had, like, back in the day, Coke, new Coke or something like that? They renamed it.
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like,
Oh, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
new Coke, and they try to advertise it. They try to make it like rebranded, but fans hated it. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes you can't just rebrand something, and in this case, reintroduce it in this era, which is only a few years away from the old one, and make it think that we liked it when we don't. We like the old stuff. We like where history was. But sometimes
Mhm.
this whole bloodline reminds me of, I think, I forgot who said it not last week. It reminds me of the whole NWO, where we have all these versions of it, except we don't have the 100 members. And thankfully,
Yeah.
Not 100 members yet.
I hope not. I hope we never get that. I mean, they released a couple of guys, so I don't think we ever will.
Yeah.
But regardless, it just seems. I mean, what do you guys think overall? Evolution's worse or Bloodline? What we didn't even answer that question. So, what do you guys think is worse?
If we're going OG Bloodline, I would say Evolution is worse.
I think he means. So let's put it this way.
Yeah.
I think he means this version.
But if
of
we're
it.
saying this version, I want to say this one. The reason why is because they're like making it seem that they're gonna take over everything, and Evolution was like and it's just like at this point that Bloodline 3000.0 is not gonna do anything except for just a little riff here and there, and then eventually probably get one more title, maybe the tag team title, just to add for them, just to make it like advocate the fact that there's something legit. But it's like then you just went back to 2024, 2023. So at this point, it does nothing. Evolution at least stayed together for years when they were taking over. That's the only thing that I actually liked about Evolution. They stayed together and let them build off of that. This one was, what? You didn't let anyone build. It was just let's test the waters and see what happens.
Okay, I like that.
I agree.
Why? What do you think?
I'm saying Bloodline. Yeah, I agree with SG3. The Bloodline thinks they're taking over everything. They're not really taking over. Jey Uso is dumb as crap. Jimmy is just acting like Roman's little guy. Jacob's not doing anything. And Roman, he's not even here, for crying out loud.
He wasn't here this week.
But Evolution was together all the time, and Evolution was together for years. They were doing their own thing, like Randy Orton. He became the youngest world champion. Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista. You never would think with Triple H, Batista, Ric Flair, or Randy Orton in a group. You would never think of it back then.
At one time.
But now you can think about it.
At one time,
like
Triple H hold the World Heavyweight title. Orton hold the Intercontinental title, and Batista and Ric Flair hold the tag team titles.
Tag team titles, yes. They were champions. They held the gold.
The only issue is I did not like the burial of so many superstars during this time. So many good superstars, especially a guy like Bill Goldberg. Yeah. But at the time, it was legit backing up to him that, yes, this guy could have been bigger in WWE than it should have been. Scott Steiner, which it's a hit and miss because Scott Steiner was still injured and he still was gassed out. But at the same time, they buried him. They just went over too many guys during that time. And I do think Triple H Reign of Terror did really mess up the legacy of Evolution. If we look back at it, not in the nostalgia base, but an actual in-depth look into it. But I do agree that Evolution is still on another better level because of all the prospect that they basically came out of this faction in the end. Especially a young Ric Flair. Yeah. And I think we keep forgetting, man. The guy had it all, man. I mean, he already had 16 titles on him, man. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the best, man.
Don't forget the single match that he did against Triple H.
That was a pretty good match.
That was a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. The dirtiest player in the game. What else we got?
And then Ryan says, great stream, Wendy, SG3 and Wyatt.
Appreciate it, my man.
Appreciate it, brother. Zach says,
Thank
eat,
you.
eat. And then he says, Zach says, back. Ryan says, the yeet is a symbol of him knowing the standard yeet. I'm out.
All right, that's a good one.
Ryan says, LA Knight isn't winning jack shit. Come on, Wendy. I'm the one in bed and you're in dreamland.
LA Knight, you're good. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Go.
Then. Let's go. What do you want to talk about? Well, let me talk about this.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So LA Knight winning. If you don't have LA Knight winning this King of the Ring, who do you have in your finals? Because Seth Rollins is out. Let's just put it out there. Spoilers right now.
That's gone.
Seth is out. Who's gonna win this? Oba's not gonna win this. We already know that he's gonna get screwed.
Oba goes to the finals.
He'll get to the finals.
Brock's gonna get involved.
I think he gets to the final. I don't think he gets to semi. I think he gets to the actual final, and Brock screws him there, and then that's how LA Knight wins.
That's what I'm saying. Oba screws, Brock screws Oba at Night of Champions. LA Knight's in the finals with him because he's gonna have to maybe win on Friday. If LA Knight wins, he's gonna go against Javon Evans. I'm putting it out there right now.
Yeah. Well,
But LA Knight will win that, and he'll go to the finals.
only guy I could see maybe going to the finals, because for some reason I feel like they will do this, because some NXT type of feud would be Oba versus Javon.
Yep.
I could see that happening,
I like Javon.
but it doesn't make sense for LA Knight not to go to the King of the Ring finals and have something to do for him in this whole feud.
It does not.
Yeah,
I agree.
because Seth is out. Seth was basically the guy that everybody wanted. They thought he was going to win, but now he's out.
We thought he would.
Now it's
Yeah.
anyone's game.
Literally.
Yeah, so
Which I like it. That's what makes it awesome.
I really like it's the ultimate surprise.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
what else we got?
OG Bloodline was Cinema Curry. Days Bloodline is AI slop.
That I agree with you. That is AI at its
Yes.
finest. Yeah.
Sign of the times.
hmm
Zach asked you a question. Savage, would you rather face Brock Lesnar on Legend mode or do Inferno match against a surprise superstar?
Fuck that. Give me an Inferno match against a surprise superstar. You know how hard it is to beat Lesnar on Legend mode? Okay, so it depends. Who's my superstar of my pickings? Is it me picking someone, or are you going to give me a certain somebody? And let's be realistic. You can't just give me
Like,
fucking
And
Penta. Oh,
he's gonna give you Maxi Dupree.
fucking Ray Penta's still overall decent. Ray Phoenix is forward now.
He's gonna give you Maxi Dupree over here.
Dupree. Who else is there? Eric Bischoff.
Michin,
Otis,
Efab.
Akira Tozawa.
Joaquin
Shit, at
Wild,
least give me the Road Dog. Oh, you didn't know?
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn is still decent. I'll take him.
Well, Billy Gunn's decent in the game. That's the
You know what? I think I remember one time, this is just for shits and giggles. I played with the Road Dog and I faced Cody Rhodes and I beat him somehow on Legend mode. So anything could happen. It's anyone's game.
Also, Inferno match is also on Legend.
Um,
Oh, hell no. Come on, dude. He gave you Dom. I'm sorry. I know I went ahead, but he gave you Dom. Dom versus Brock on Legend.
I'll take that. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take the challenge. I may just do that one day for live stream, just for the fun of it. Just for fucking. You know what? I might just take
What?
that. I might just take that, You know what? Dom versus Brock, I'll do it. I'll do Braun versus Brock on Legend, and I'll even put it on Legend to show everybody. I think I could take that one. But that's just me. I don't know. That's actually a good setup right there. What else we got?
And then, last but not least, Ryan says, use LA Knight to beat Lesnar. He's your king of the ring, isn't he?
I could do that. LA Knight would be a step up from Dom. So I'll take LA Knight and I'll beat Brock Lesnar easily on Legend mode. King of the Ring style tournament. I'll take that challenge. I really will. I gotta train though for that one. I'm not doing that bad. Actually, I've been pretty good at that game.
I'm on gas, no brakes with you.
That's a good challenge. One will play it as Dom, and the next will play it as LA Knight. So if I do lose with Dom, I still got my backup LA Knights. Yeah.
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 Alrighty, guys, let's get into the final moments of Monday Night Raw. And though at this point, after this long segment, we see Chad Gable talk to Ray and Dragon Lee, and he says, "You have a second." Dragon Lee sees, "We're good. Now I know you know what the mask means. Lucha Libre, it's all about culture and respect. We heard what you say to Phoenix and Penta. You got to stop beating yourself up. I knew a year ago," and by the way, this is Ray Mysterio talking. "I know a year ago when you started this whole fiasco mission to make fun of Lucha Libre, I did want to knock your block off. But after watching your Masters' Mask, I could tell you, I see a true Lucha Libre. I felt that match was great, and consider your apology accepted." So Ray's basically paying respect, as we all did to that match, because actually it was one of a kind. "Before you leave, I'm really not one to judge, but you really got to look back further, because I'm pretty sure you said and done some things in the past that you might have regrets." And with that, we kind of already know who he's talking about. We're talking about Alpha Academy. And at that point, Chad says, I know. And so we're going down further down the line and going back to Chad Gable trying to fix his past problems. And with Alpha Academy being one of them, it'll be interesting to see his involvement, knowing that Maxine Dupree is talking a theory and how he's going to get involved with all this. I kind of like the storyline in a way. And I kind of like the fact that they're bringing back Alpha Academy back, which I feel like it's going to get a great crowd reaction.
Yeah.
Push.
The only issue is, what the fuck happens to the Creeds? Like, where do they go out?
Los Hermanos Americanos, I can see them coming in and actually like trying to join in with Alpha Academy, and I can see Alpha Academy being like a super big stable, because 5 nowadays is a big stable.
And everything, and it's just,
Well, they're going to fuse with the bloodline?
I can see it.
they're gonna have a school and everything.
At this point, is you trading Maxine Dupree for Chad Gable? I'll take it.
Honestly, I kind of interested to see all this. Why? What do you think?
I'm interested. Seeing it. Him and Alpha Academy again, kind of. But he did leave and he did some stuff, but it's good for him to probably apologize what the heck he did. But I do see the Creeds try to come in and be with the Alpha Academy. I do see them having like their own gym and they just work out in there. I just see it. It's gonna be comedian work right there. That's what's gonna happen.
By the way, Ryan has a comment. He said, "I'll tune in for that."
Interesting, Ryan. All right. We'll see. We're gonna have to set that up one day in the future play, that pretty much from WWE 2K26. Probably do that sometime this week. Why not? So afterwards, we do get Penta coming out because he's gonna face one-on-one Rey Mysterio for the IC title. And this match was pretty good, a lot of back and forth, high spots, a lot of lucha libre type of style of matches. Overall, this match was coming to an end when Rey hits a 619, which Penta kicks out. After that, they talk smack to each other, looking at each other. Then Penta super kicks him, goes for a driver, but then Rey goes for a 619, which gets countered with the knee. And that sets up Penta for a Mexican Destroyer, hits him, wins the match. But after the match is over, they didn't get time to celebrate because we got Paige and Rusev coming out to attack both men until Dragon Lee comes out, tries to make the save, takes out Ethan, takes out Rusev, tries to go for a high fly maneuver until Ethan pulls him and then brings them down, and afterwards, Ethan and Rusev basically beat down Dragon Lee, and that's until Chad Gable comes out with his old NXT theme song back once again, with the
Horrible.
great crowd reaction comes. Oh, by the way, before this happened, we did get Rusev pulling out Rey Mysterio's mask, so we did get to see him somewhat unmasked, which was kind of crazy.
Face, but yeah, man.
Yep. And then at this point, Chad Gable comes out, starts taking it to Suplex City, German after German, takes them all out. And at some point, we do get Chad Gable getting a great crowd reaction. And at some point, he goes for the ankle lock on Ethan Page until Rusev saves him. Afterwards, we do see Dragon Lee and Penta attending Rey Mysterio after he lost his mask. Chad Gable looks at the mask, picks it up, and hands it to Rey Mysterio. Overall, this segment with Chad Gable coming back, picture perfect, great spot, great moment of him picking up the mask. Honestly, the crowd is so over Gable. The momentum is there.
Yep.
Gable, they should really push Gable to the moon, man, because honestly, everything's going very well for him. I gotta see this man to hold a damn title for once, you know?
Exactly.
I see some title out there in the future for him. Let's get it done. Let's get eventually the IC title if Penta ever loses it and some heel wins it, which I think will be Ethan Page down the line. And let's get it going, man, because honestly, this is a great spot. I was excited, especially hearing his old NXT song finally come back and hit. What do you guys think?
That was great, man. Honestly, I love the fact that he had like he looked at the mask. He's like, I had two options right now. I can walk away, I can pick up the mask, and I can bring it back. He does the right thing, he picks up the mask, and then gives it. It's like, this is the respect that now I have for Lucha Libre, that I have for the mask, that I understand what it's like. When you lose your mask, you lose your identity. So for him to pick it up and then to give it back to Ray is like, you know what? You really do respect the culture, where it comes from, what it means. The fact that it's not just a little silly gimmick. It means more than just what everyone else thinks it means. However, though, they didn't point out the fact that Rusev in the background chanting, "That's my mask! That's my mask!" That was hilarious as hell to me. But I didn't know, man. I loved it. It was great.
Why? What do you think?
I agree. I love that Chad Gable picked up the mask. He had two options. He could either leave or give it the mask back, and he gave the mask back. He did the right thing. But with Rusev, though, for taking Rey Mysterio's mask, that is disrespectful to Lucha Libre. That is really disrespectful to take somebody's mask off without warning, pretty much, just to take it off out of nowhere. And you can't do that. You have to lose your mask. You have to lose your mask.
Which is a great point there. You make a great point. I do like this segment. I do like it where it's going with Chad Gable, and hopefully we get to see more of this next week or on SmackDown, which nobody likes to watch, by the way.
Pretty much.
Alrighty, comments real
A
quick.
couple comments. Zach says, I got Brock 03 and King. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
Congrats.
Casey Garcia 336. Love your savage takes, Wendy. Great stream, guys. Thank you for the comment. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Ryan, put the Creeds under mask and give me Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne back, please.
Yes.
I think WWE missed a step on Gable. His best work was the Gunther feud. He was white hot back then. And last but not least, Zach says, and Jay used a new line. This is a warning shot, bow or bang.
You know what? That's a good point. The warning shot or bang. We've been hearing this many times during the weeks with Jimmy Uso as well.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a new slogan that they're gonna have. I can see this on the T-shirt. What do you guys think of this new, basically phrase?
I just want my feeling Uso to come back, man. I still have.
I don't even notice it.
I just want my feeling Uso to come back, man.
I don't like nostalgia stuff, man. I like the fact that they're creating new stuff instead of relying on old stuff. Does it sound a little cheesy? Yes. But I can respect that they're not really going back to the old stuff and trying to make some new stuff work here. as well as Creed's Under the Mask and Give Me Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne back, please. I would like to see that here. So here's the thing. Now here's the question. By the way, Mass versus Mass. That happened. So what does this mean for Grande Americano and Los Americanos? Where did they lie? Did they come back to Raw eventually? Because it'll be awkward to have Chad Gable and them all together again. Do they stay at AAA then?
I'd rather
What does that mean? Yeah, so that means we won't get to see them much often on Raw, which kind of sucks in a way. And if we do, it makes it really awkward with Chad Gable right now, at least. So
It
I would
does.
wait a little bit and then bring him out.
what if? Well, actually, a good point. So what if at some point Chad Gable is outnumbered, and when all hope is lost, we have Grande Americano come out and save him?
That'd be awesome.
I would like to see that, or at least in AAA, some sort of like ally.
Dude, I would say this. I would love to see, or even vice versa. I would love to see someone actually posted this on YouTube earlier today, and I saw it. It said, have Rusev go to AAA for what he did to
Oh
Ray
my
to be a heel. I mean, honestly, dude, it'd be great.
You're not
Like,
wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
You're
it'd be
not
great.
wrong.
Actually, you know what? It's funny, but it's a great thing right there. And then on top of that, like, aside from him being the heel, that's where Chad Gable comes out to save Grand Americano. It's like, you know what? Yeah, and now it's like,
okay, that makes sense.
that's the way I'm seeing it now. But you know, it's
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just find it funny.
funny.
And he's still going to get an L when he's at AAA. The man catches. You know what's even funnier? That Ethan Page is scared of Rusev. He's scared of a man that hasn't fucking won a match in a long time. How the fuck are you terrified of this guy? Yes, he's scary, but he hasn't won a fucking match. What else he got?
And then he says, I hear Slow Chemical. That was such a badass song for Kane, man. I love it.
By the way, with Ryan, this ain't about Gable and Gunther feud. I agree. It was a
It
miss.
was good back then.
Yeah, and they should have had him winning the IC title from Gunther instead of Sami Zayn at that
Stupid
point.
Sami Zayn.
Your guys' favorite.
I think by the way, I think Slow Chemical is one of the best theme songs.
Honestly, I think it was one of the best.
One of the
during
theme
that
songs.
time. I think it was the best during that time.
There's a couple of theme songs that are probably up in that top tier, but I can say Slow Chemical was pretty good. It was really good. What do you guys have as another? What do you think could compete with Slow Chemical? I guess in your phone?
From that time,
Or any time.
no. If I'm gonna go back 03, 04, like about 03 time, Slow Chemical, only maybe two.
You remember
Two.
Austin Disturbed theme song?
The one with the lyrics,
Yeah.
whatever that was.
I like that one. I like that one. RVD's theme song was pretty
I was
good.
gonna say RBD, or even though he wasn't a fan of it, but I did love "Burning My Light," even though Randy Orton was not a fan of it.
Also was a good one for me is Undertaker's "Rollin'." Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't know. I just thought it fit during the time.
My favorite one though for Taker was "Ain't No Grave" by Johnny Cash, because he would walk and you saw like he was dragging the chains. That's what made it just so much even better.
It was good, but it was always a one-off. But
Yeah,
that was
I
not
like
much
that
of a
song.
theme. I get what you're saying. That was a good WrestleMania entrance.
He did it a couple times. He had it for like a good couple months. I'm not saying like it was permanent, but he did have.
But then he had it after Mania.
No, I'm saying he led all the way to Mania. So it's like the build up to Mania, and then after that he just took it off.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a theme song that stuck with them.
Oh.
I think that was just rolling. I think Undertaker's theme songs were always good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if you think about his original one, then he had the Ministry of Darkness. Then he had Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock's American Badass. Then he had that version, Dead Man Walking. And then we had the lyrics, which was pretty good. And then he went back to his old theme song, which took him forever to get to the ring.
I really did.
Regardless, there's a couple of theme songs. You guys want to name some that you guys like? Go ahead. There's too many of it to really count.
There is
What else
so
we got?
many.
Ryan says SG3 take that back. Hey, I woke him up. Zach says, I'm going to upload a video of the entrances of Kane and Brock 03.
Nice. You
Ryan
gotta
says,
check it
I
out.
hate Sami Zayn. We're going to continue
Thank you, Ryan.
today. So we're going to say you love Sami Zayn.
No, we hate Sami Zayn. Come on. Get it right, buddy.
Zach says, I'm going to try to put the theme in there.
Okay. So, alrighty. So we got the I Hate Sami Zayn committee. You guys should make t-shirts out of that, you know?
You guys
Dude,
put up-
exactly. We need t-shirts.
You guys should literally put on there like, we hate Sammy, like anti-Sammy.
I'm gonna wear that every freaking Friday, and I'll love that shirt forever. I hate Sami Zayn. I hate Sami Zayn. Just put it everywhere. Just put it even on here. Put it on your back. Put it right there, and put it everywhere, like everywhere.
But you gotta wake up, man, and you gotta
And
brush
that's
your
what
teeth
Sami-
to I Hate Sami Zayn theme song.
Yeah.
And then you put a picture of Sami Zayn, and you put 2 X's on it, his eyes and his mouth and everything. It's perfect T-shirt idea.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad actually. Probably could take that to the next live event, and it'll probably catch a lot of like. If you guys sit on the right row, it'll probably catch a lot of good heat
For sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
Especially-
definitely.
Alrighty, guys, let's get to the end of Raw because we're pretty much near. Roxanne and Liv are seen talking to each other. Where Roxanne says she wanted to talk about something last week. She is right. She was thinking about herself, and she should be thinking about the bigger picture, and that is Judgment Day. She wants Liv to win Queen of the Ring champion, Queen of the Ring tournament, sorry, or Raquel. A win for one is a win for all. The best thing is for her and Raquel maybe to face each other, and at that point we can't lose. And then before she could say any more, Liv then quickly changes the subject, moves away, and hugs Dominic Mysterio. Says, "Are you okay?" Hugs him. Dom says, "It was just crazy. I don't know what to do about Oba. We had a plan. It just didn't work out." Liv says, "Don't worry. We have to do things differently. She has some ideas she wants to tell you." Roxanne then sees smiling afterwards. She says, "I'll catch up with you guys later." So with that, man, that segment itself, it seems kind of fishy that Roxanne is kind of now agreeing with Liv. She's not mad. The smiling, the smirk. It's kind of crazy, but I do see that they're foreshadowing Raquel and Liv Morgan at the end of Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
And I do see Roxanne have some sort of like persuasion to maybe Raquel and Liv playing the middle card. Maybe going to Raquel says, "You deserve this spot more than her." Going to Liv saying, No, you're the leader of Judgment Day. Kind of stirring up this pot in the future. Now, I had a prediction, but things changed today, and we'll talk about this later after Raw. Otherwise, decent segment. What do you guys think?
This is like, honestly,
It's good.
definitely makes you question, like, what's the next steps for Roxanne Perez now?
Nope. What do you think, Wyatt?
I think it was a great segment. They're giving us a little bit of a tease. Roxanne is probably on the other side versus another side. She's probably on Raquel's side. Oh, you're winning. Oh, you're winning Queen of the Ring. And the Judgment Day will be on top. Oh, no, Liv, you're winning. You're going to be the best champion ever. But I see Roxanne, like I said, Roxanne's going to probably betray her at Night of Champions. That's what I see. I see Roxanne, maybe Liv Morgan, Roxanne at SummerSlam. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But I do see it that way, that Roxanne's on one side and she's on another side. That's how I see it.
I can see that too. So, honestly, great direction. A couple of comments before we move on.
Kane has like that red flames and orange flames on his top strap.
Okay.
He has the black and red mask and the black glove and the red flame trousers gear. So for these days, I unlocked Penta one day ago, and Brock Lesnar came today.
Damn, that's a lot of stuff to unlock, and I'm not even there yet, so I can't really.
I'm not even there, man. I'm sorry.
Why it's like I'm the furthest behind everybody, right?
I've been lagging too, so honestly, I got to get back into that groove of that game because there's a lot of things I want to still play. I'm still on my rise, so I'll see. But regardless, let's move on to the end. Alrighty. And at that point, Seth comes out, Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, and Tala Tonga. The match ends. By the way, this match was really good.
Oh yes.
This match was such fast paced, such spot fest, such crazy shit going on everywhere. There was a couple of bouches, but hey, it happens, you know?
Yeah.
But yet, the match was overall good. And I think all these men had great chemistry with each other, you know? And
Yes.
I honestly thought it was one of the best Raw's main event this year. So
Yes.
the match ends with Seth goes for a curve stomp on Ricky Saints, but Theory comes out, pulls the ref, and at that point stops the count. Montez then attacks Theory, but then we see out of nowhere Braun spearing Seth Rollins, which Ricky sees and tries to go for a cover until Javon spots him, and at that point goes for the OG cutter on Ricky, gets the win, and this itself was unexpected for OG himself. Javon Evans
my.
advancing to the King of the Ring tournament and going on. It's crazy. I did not see that fucking coming. I don't know about you guys.
No, I didn't need it.
The unpredictability, though, makes it entertaining.
It does.
So with that, I could say that this way a Raw ending plus everything else we got with before, I gave this Raw a solid B plus.
Yeah. I was gonna say solid
Yeah.
B plus, low A
Solid
minus,
B.
high A minus.
High A minus because this
Yeah.
crowd was very invested throughout the whole fucking night. It
Yes.
non-stop fun. So
Yes.
honestly, so far this has been the best of the UK basically tour going on, and I hope this continues on next week, and I hope they bring more energy on to next week and see better storylines.
Yeah.
We got another comment.
Bet the WrestleMania 41. I mean.
Okay, there we go, and Kane wins. There we go. Alrighty, guys, let's get into some news this week. Alrighty,
Ready.
you guys heard about this today. Breaking news earlier today, and that is Money in the Bank. Orleans was originally scheduled September 6th. Now has now been canceled, and the new date for Money in the Bank is 2026. Is Saturday, October 10, 2026. So basically, so here's the thing, guys. Me and SG3 were talking about this not too long ago, and we thought Money in the Bank was in July because it's always been in July.
It
It's
always
always
has.
the July pay-per-view. Then all of a sudden we found out it was September. Odd. And now today we found out that it got moved to October now. Why?
I think I know the reasons.
What is the reason?
Tell us why.
Well, the reason is they put on September 6th, they're putting basically a Saturday night's main event, but it's going to be a Sunday night's main event. And I think they're just debating on, we don't want to go to New Orleans. We don't want to because they were going to supposed to go there for WrestleMania just past year. They didn't go. I think they're just debating why they don't want to go to New Orleans for some reason. That's what I think.
There's also another theory. You might, if anyone has time, they might want to fact check this. But I heard that yes, it's a Saturday night's main event type of thing that they're doing instead. But also, they want that Saturday night's main event to compete with All Out that weekend. So they expect to go toe to toe with All Out, and they want to overthrow AEW for that weekend. Which, in my personal opinion, I think All Out will beat Saturday night's main event. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it sucks for New Orleans that they got screwed for the third time once again.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that they moved it, but look, honestly, I think it's so stupid that they moved it from July. We have no pay-per-view going on for July. There's only Saturday night's main event, and that is not a pay-per-view. That's more of
That's a show.
That's a show, yeah.
So,
And it's just stupid in itself. So here's the thing. I predicted not too long ago Roxanne Perez winning Money in the Bank and being the factor between Liv and Raquel.
You did say that.
But we can't do that because it doesn't make sense for them to prolong
No,
this feud
don't.
all the way to October.
Yeah, we can't do it now.
Yeah. So to me, this just doesn't make any sense that all of a sudden now we have to wait for the men's and women's Money in the Bank all the way in October. So that means during this time period, especially SummerSlam, there's no scares of any champion to worry about the Money in the Bank being cashed in.
No.
So I don't understand why they went to this direction. I can only assume they're trying to compete with All Out, which I think is dumb.
Yeah, they're
But it's
losing.
well, here's the thing. During October and the beginning of November, we already have what's it called? WrestlePalooza. If they're gonna run it back. So, and not only that, but we also have NXT Halloween Havoc.
Halloween Havoc.
So we have Survivor Series during the end of November, but in October, what other WWE pay-per-view we have?
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. So we have once again everything mixed up as one bunch. I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. Why are we going to this direction? Any other theories you guys have? Any other opinions as you three?
Stupid. You decided it yourself. Honestly, it takes away the surprise, the pizzazz. Oh, it's today the day. Oh, it's today the day. And I don't think today's the day. You know, we've been doing the show for quite some time, and we used to always say around this time, who's gonna win Money in the Bank, and after who wins, when's it gonna be cash? Is it gonna happen the same night? Is it gonna happen here? It was always just, hey, when like right now was the time you got the itchy feeling like, dude, here comes Money in the Bank. I'm ready. Let's move forward. Now it's like you have to wait so much longer, and it's like I feel like it's getting pushed back, and I feel like this could be taking over WrestlePalooza. That's another thing I feel right there.
So you think the WrestlePalooza is no more?
I feel like no, and I feel like Money in the Bank is going to be your top five.
Interesting. So with that being said, are you guys excited for Money in the Bank in October now?
No.
So nobody has any appeal for it to go all the way in October to see who gets champion. It doesn't make sense. It prolongs a lot of storylines that we could have right now that makes it more interesting. But I don't know, man. It just seems like WWE's going backwards on everything. A couple of comments.
Zach says the Titantrons get banned in WWE and only show the logo when their theme hits. I think so.
Titantrons get banned in WWE. I don't think so. I just think they just changed the directions at that point of how they look. What else we got?
Ryan says most likely to counter programming AEW. I can see that happening.
I really could see that. And you know, it's funny how Triple H mentioned during that Hall of Fame speech when they got Billy Gunn to show up that day, where they made that whole, the whole handshake agreement with the AEW. And then Triple H went out there and basically fired shots at AEW in itself, kind of petty move, saying, your company's no threat. We're just going to end up buying them out as well. And so the longest, they always mentioned that AEW wasn't a threat, and yet we see so much counter programming more than ever against AEW. So they do see them as a threat.
And yet AEW stopped that. Have you noticed that at first WWE wasn't, and then now it's vice versa? And WWE is like, yeah, we need a counter program, and AEW is like, yeah, we don't care. We know, they know where they're at.
If anything, they do adjust. They do move their time slot, but the times that they have adjusted to their counter programming, AEW by fans considered to won the war at that point.
Yeah,
because their wrestling is more entertaining. Hell, their storyline during those pay-per-views are more entertaining, and their surprises are spot on.
Yeah.
So I think this is another battle that WWE is just going in over their head.
Yeah.
And too much pride needs to be set aside and figure this out. Because the last time it did affect Women's Evolution and Saturday night's main event. And I think it was Goldberg's retirement match, which was the funniest thing. What else we got?
He says no, and because Brock has his OG Titantron.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, man, it's just a really odd direction that they're going about this. I don't understand why, but we'll see what happens. By October, we'll get somewhat excited. May not be as excited as we would in July, but we will. Next subject. There has been talks that we might be getting a new Bloodline member. And the reason for that is that Silla Fatu has been spotted at the Performance Center at WWE. And with that being said, are you guys shocked? Are you guys interested? Are you guys excited? Do you guys think he'll join the main roster, or do you guys think he might just go to NXT for a bit?
I think he's going to NXT for a bit.
Personally, I do think he should.
He should go to NXT.
But knowing WWE how much creative sucks right now, they'll move him up to the main roster. They'll put him up in this MFT Bloodline dumb shit. And look, he's pretty charismatic. He does some really good work in the independent scene. I find him hilarious. The issue is we're going to get another JC Potato. And basically, I say potato because of the name. But regardless, JC Mateo, we're going to get another version where there's so much potential. There's so much creative way to go about this. But he said nothing. He did nothing. WWE wasted so much talent from this guy. They wasted so much money for him to do nothing and release him a year later. So,
even a year.
Regardless, man, no matter what, I don't have high hopes for Silla Fatu. It's going to be popping when he first comes out.
Yeah.
What did he do afterwards makes more sense. What else you guys got for opinions on this?
I think it's crazy the fact that they're finally going to bring him in. But I do see him actually, I do see him just being a quiet little mouthpiece on the side of Solo Sikoa. Maybe, hopefully, goes in, joins the OG Bloodline or the Star Bloodline 3000.0 and actually has a conversation and can say stuff. Because that would actually make more charismatic. But at this point, who knows?
What else you got, Wyatt?
I think if he does bring in Silla Fatu, if I was creative, I'd put him in NXT. But yeah, I think he's just they're gonna probably put him with the stupid MFTs, and he's not gonna talk, and he's not even gonna get to say a single thing because Solo Sikoa is gonna talk pretty much the whole time.
Yep.
But I would like him to go join the OG Bloodline or whatever it is. Just him to have a conversation on the mic and backstage with Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. It really does make sense that way, but I don't know. Honestly, we're going to have to find out by the end of the day what's going to happen, you know?
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. A couple of comments.
A lot of comments. WWE lost the war with AEW in April 2027 when they take Mania to Saudi, and AEW puts on a huge show for the USA fans.
So Ryan is going too deep into the future there.
He is in the future.
Well, AEW hasn't yet agreed to do that. Now, in my opinion, I do agree with Ryan that they should do that and put up a show for the USA fans to compete against Mania. And if they do, it's a big risk they're going to take. But it's one that may just pay off, especially if you get all those convention guys to come around during your time. We're talking about WrestleCon. We're talking about all those wrestling promotions that join around WrestleMania time to put up a show. It's a good way to compete. A good way to bring your product of your organization during the WrestleMania weekend that went across seas to Saudi Arabia early on. And you could have an actual main event night that we all want in the end of the day. What else you got?
Zach says, I think he'll go to NXT. He does YouTube videos. Ryan says they will change his name, drop the Fatu name.
I see that. So one, I don't know about YouTube videos, but the next one, I do see that. I could see them calling him Umaga Jr.
I can see it.
Oh my
Umaga,
god, no.
some shit like that. I could see them changing their fucking name, his name, and I think Zillabot too.
Hilla. They're gonna probably call him Hilla.
Hella. it's like Hideo fucking changing the name to Tala Tonga because he's fucking tall. It's fucking stupid. What else you got?
Arthur said,
Yo, what's up?
what's up, brother? Thank you for the
Arthur, how
comment.
you doing?
And it's WWE. And
Okay.
then Ryan says, oh, brother, it's happening. He's saying, testify.
That's so fun. I can see him changing the name. Fucking Umaga Jr. They're fucking.
I think he's talking about AW put on the show for
for
AW.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, man, if Tony Khan's willing to write that checkbook, I hope he does. Look, put it this way. If he does that, that is one thing that I will attend to. I will go because I wish they had a WrestleMania, that way I could go again. But if they don't have it, and if AEW is willing to do something big like that, I will attend to that. I will want to go to the conventions. I would like to go to the independent wrestling promotions that are there that weekend, and it will be fun. I think it will be loads of fun, and it will bring a lot of fans to your new product at that point.
Yeah.
Which would be fun. Any other comments with Zillafop 2?
No.
Alrighty, let's talk about Keith Lee. Because Keith Lee's been missing from AEW for quite some time. It's been about 3 years already.
Yeah.
3 long years, or maybe 4. But it's coming down to being almost 5. The point is this. There's been talks that a couple of months ago, he was set to make his return, but yet things got fizzled out, and he's not again on screen. My thing is this. I know he had health problems in the past, and I know Tony Khan was respectful and, was nice enough to keep him basically away and get his health back. But do you guys think, because he's up there in age, do you guys think that it's a little too late? You guys do want to see him back? Do you guys think that he should just leave AEW, go somewhere else? Or what do you guys think overall?
Honestly, Keith Lee was, for his size, to do everything he did, impressive, phenomenal, amazing. I would love to see him one more time in the ring. However, though, the body can only do so much. The body is not immortal. The body knows limits. So if it is time for Keith Lee to say, you know what, guys, I did what I could. I've held on as long as I could. Father Time was undefeated.
Yeah.
Father Time was undefeated. I can see him walking away, and I respect that.
Yeah, I can see that. I would like to see him one more match, a couple of more matches at least. Run his career one last time. He had a lot of. See, here's the thing. He had a lot of hype to him when he was in NXT, rightfully so. It was a guy that we all wanted to watch. He was in that Survivor Series match, where he did get the win, which was great. But like there was so much hype, and then we also saw the Royal Rumble where he got into it with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
that popped for France. We got excited. We wanted to see that match.
Yeah,
but it just all fizzled out in the end of the day, unfortunately. And then Vince just buried him.
And then Vince released him.
And then Vince released him. AEW got him. They did some stuff. They had him in a tag team with Swerve Strickland. And then out of nowhere, he just completely went away. And I get it, due to health. But at some point, this is a long hiatus, and I don't think he's going to have that much pop to him, unfortunately, like he used to. Why? What do you think?
I see what you're. I agree with you guys 100% on that. Yeah, Father Time. It's his time's running short. It's going shorter. It's almost time for him to go, and it's sad to see, but I totally agree with you guys on this. Definitely.
Yep.
We got a couple comments. Oh, sorry. If you want to say anything.
Oh no, I agree with you guys. Sorry.
Okay. A couple comments. Press conference on the Double or Nothing. He was asked about it, and he said calls are in the process.
Which
for,
means
for a USA Mania type show.
we don't know yet, but we can only hope.
And,
And I saw that too, by the way.
Zach said, "Well, I gotta go.
Peace
Have a good
out,
night, brother.
brother.
We appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. We really appreciate it." Ryan says Tony seems to fumble the WWE stars he signs all in the last few years. Anyway, do I have to mention that Ricochet match?
Do you guys? Okay. That being said, you guys really see Ricochet being fumbled? I don't think he's fumbled. I think he's on the right spot right now in his career. You cannot tell me that Ricochet was better used in WWE.
Yeah.
He was getting squashed.
I know tomorrow.
Like go tomorrow. I think right now he's better used in AEW than he is in WWE.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think he's, despite his controversy, I still think he's good. You know, especially as a heel, despite what he said. And I don't want to go through that controversial shit right now. But if he just keeps away from the fucking internet keyboard, he should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. What else you got?
Got two more things. Zach says one more thing though. Run it back. Yeet.
One more thing, Zach. Run that shit out. No, I was kidding.
Get out of here.
No, ye. No, I was kidding. Nah, I'm just messing with you, brother. So a couple of more things, guys. Alrighty, real quick. Just a couple of things I'm gonna shoot out there. The Rock declines the White House invitation for the big UFC event.
Oh.
That's interesting. Seeing how, Trump and WWE are so close together, and TKO obviously being with the UFC, all connected one together. The Rock said, "Hell no, I do not want to attend that event." It's kind of crazy. That's really interesting. All I'm gonna say about that. What you guys got? Any comments about that?
That's interesting, especially the fact that isn't Trump like a major stockholder right now in TKO?
He bought a couple of stocks. I don't know if he's major.
Like 50 million.
Yeah, but I don't think it's. I don't know if he's a major. Yeah, who knows? But regardless, yeah. What do you think, Wyatt?
I'm not surprised really with the Rock declining with Donald Trump. I am kind of surprised a little bit, but I'm not really surprised. It's the Rock for you, but I wouldn't trust myself going to the White House and watching an event. Man, like Trump's gone through a lot of things in his freaking term as president this time, and I don't trust that. So I think Rock kind of made a right move, but TKO does work with UFC. They do own it. It does. It's just, yeah.
It is kind of interesting, and we'll see how that plays out. Bianca Belair has told fans to stop putting AI pictures of her baby before she's born out there, guys. I agree with her. That is just fucking weird.
That
is uncalled for. I think this is just one of those things that I think we all agree about. Can we not say? As fact as the next one that I'm going to present, and that is Tiffany Stratton taking a picture with this creepy fan that said, "I finally got a pic with one of the persons." I'm not going to repeat what he says because it's fucking disgusting. But he does mention what he did on his alone time, I guess you could say.
Oh my God.
With the picture that he took with Tiffany Stratton all excited. And he put this out on the internet for some fucking reason. It got so much backlash that this man this man deleted his fucking account and went MIA after the shit that he said. I don't know, man. This stuff is just so creepy, some of these fans, that I don't understand. Guys,
God.
Keep it to yourself.
Honestly.
Yeah. Comments, guys, on this one.
I'm not going to say nothing.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say one word. Perv. Okay? That's the one word I'm going to say, okay?
I hope Dan Helson finds this guy and curses him too.
Jeez, my God.
Here's one. Booker T has been talking on this podcast and says that, he was talking with his co-host, and they do come to a conclusion that finishers should be protected in WWE. That it shouldn't take 5 to 6 finishers. It should just really be 1 or 2 at the max to defeat your opponents. That's why they're called finishers. What do you guys think? I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I think some of these finishers are overused, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. Look, keep it at WrestleMania, maybe. But at the same time, man, 1 or 2 and just end it at that point. Austin did 1 stunner, 2 sometimes, and it was all over.
3 against The Rock WrestleMania 19.
19, but think about it. That's years built up. But when he was on the main event level, it only took 1 or 2 at that point. But he always kept it really short. Same thing with The Rock. Same thing with Taker. Same thing with, the rest of these guys. Triple H. Yep.
Pedigree has a phenomenal KO rate still to this day. It has actually one of the highest KO rates.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I'll just say this. I feel that, to go on what you said, I will never forget Bad Blood 2003, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, where it came down to whoever hit the finisher 3 times won the match.
Yep.
And that was like the culmination of like, this is like, we're going to give it our all. That's when it's like, I feel like, yeah, you're 3 times. Yeah, that's when you hit your finisher 3 times. I agree with you. 1, twice, it's cool. A lot of kids nowadays, and WWE people, they're doing their finishers 7 to 8. I could see if it's to take out like an Obafemi or Brock Lesnar. I can see that 100%. But when you have to use, like, Becky has used the manhandle slam 4 to 5 times.
Even a Superman had a slam.
Yeah, even a Super. It's like, that's way too much.
Yeah,
that's way too much. If it was like, it's like it reminds me of Rhea Ripley when she did the Super Riptide on Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
That was okay. That was like, dude, unexpected. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of people nowadays, like, we have to go always above, even on a Raw, even on a SmackDown, even on a Saturday Night's main event. It's like, you don't have to do that. Not for those events.
Right. What do you think, Wyatt?
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, like you have 1 finisher. It's fun. If you want to do another finisher, do it like something crazy. We're not gonna at least expect it. Like Rhea Ripley when she did Charlotte Flair. That was what we didn't expect it at all. We were never gonna think, oh yeah, Rhea Ripley's gonna go on a top rope. Oh yeah, I'm gonna rip tie her off the rope onto the ground, onto the mat, pretty much. That's how I basically figure it is. Do something unexpected with the finishers. Do something really crazy. Don't do it like multiple times.
Yeah.
Right.
Multiple times in the match, So that's how I think about it.
Same. Couple of comments.
Also, Wyatt, before I go, JD before I go, how's JD after he watched the bit?
I have not showed him it yet, Zach. Sorry.
Okay. Ryan, The Rock may still run for president. It will look bad for him politically in the future. He's potentially going to piss off half his fans.
Maybe so, but I don't know. I kind of think The Rock will have a fan base there for him, and there's 2 sides on the political party, so he may be catering on the other side. I don't want to get very political. I have my opinions on this, and we're not a political channel, and I don't want to be. So
I don't want to be political.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach says, "What the f? Hey, we gotta keep this PG."
Bulls, Zach, you could run it out of here. I already said it, man. What does he not understand? All right.
Jose Martinez, just curious, is Jey Uso considered a heel? Being a little bitch telling Fatu to fight his battle against LA Knight.
See, that's the thing that we've been talking about for quite a while. Is Jay turning heel? I would think so. I think he's gonna be the one who backstabs Roman Reigns. I do think so. I think he's gonna be the one that not that no one sees coming, but that we finally see someone try to dethrone Roman Reigns, and that is him. Yeah, even though we may not like it, it makes sense storyline-wise. It just does. So I can see him being more heelish. What else we got?
Ryan says, I blame Lesnar for the F5 over and over. Actually, he did the suplex over and over.
Well, F5s he did do because I mean he
He
did go.
did, dude. It took 7 F5s to take Obafemi down. Okay.
And then
Times.
and then 3 against the Undertaker to beat the streak. A couple
Yeah.
against Roman.
Couple
Again,
against
though, wait.
yeah.
Again, though, I thought it was 4 against Taker for the streak.
You're probably right.
But again, though, like look at the feats. Oba, Taker with the streak. So it's like that I understand. But it's like again, you have Roman doing 5 spears for 1 match on Raw.
And I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it. That's why, like I said, for like a WrestleMania, for the mountain kind of challenge, I could see that being done. Like, okay, cool. I will forgive Brock having to do 3 to 4 F5s against Undertaker to beat the streak because that was the culmination of the mountain for a long time. 7 F5s to beat Oba Femi to solidify Oba still being the beast and still being the man that he's supposed to be. I understand it. But if you're going to use 7 F5s against Dominic Mysterio, for the love of God's sakes, are you serious? That's absolutely no.
That's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
That's ridiculous.
So you did 17 or 25 German suplexes to John Cena and 1 F5, but you need 7 to take out Dominic Mysterio. Come on, man.
Ridiculous. It really is, man.
And then Zach says, "All right, peace out." Yeet.
Yeet. All right.
Yeet.
And we got one more to talk about. This will be the last topic today, guys. And I know you guys heard this, so I want to get your guys' opinion. Nick Khan got caught with the lie once again, and that is the main event and the tag team match at WrestleMania 40. In his mouth said it was all part of the plan all along, and that they did not hear the fans' backlash because they predicted the fans to react this way. So they planned ahead. They planned The Rock to go heel. They planned this whole tag team match to this main event with Cody and Roman Reigns to go about at WrestleMania 40. Even though there was a documentary explaining the fact that this was not the original plan as it was meant to be. As well as Cody Rhodes telling us fans before that if you guys knew what the original plan was, you guys would have hated it, and rightfully so. So despite all the proofs out there, Nick Khan in this day and age went out there and tried to bullshit us fans, us marks, I guess you could say. Again, thinking, no, I know what we try to do more than you guys know, even though we came out with a whole fucking documentary about this. What do you guys think about this?
Are we sure Nick Khan is not AI?
By the way,
are we sure?
In this, by the way, let me add one more thing. In this whole segment he had, this whole interview, he did mention about going into the new direction in the new future, how we need to push the new future now, which I agree with in a way. And he did mention NXT, and he says, one of our guys named Sean, and that's how he said it too, like casually, like we don't know who the fuck Shawn Michaels is. He just said that one guy named Sean on it, he runs NXT. Like, oh no shit, we don't know who the fuck Shawn Michaels is. It seems like Nick Khan is so lost from reality from fans. Worse than Triple H. Worse than Vince McMahon was back in his day. Yeah. That he just thinks we're all idiots, What do you guys think of all these comments? In the mention of Shawn Michaels, the way he got mentioned, man. Like, if I was Shawn Michaels, I would have been pissed.
Say it one more time. Are we sure Nick Khan's not AI?
Are we sure?
Look, I think personally this guy's an idiot.
He is.
I think he's too money invested, and I think he's lost in reality with wrestling fans, and that's why I think they should let somebody that knows the business very well run it the way they want to run it. And this just proves it, man. It's just really a bad taste in all of our mouth. And the internet crowd reacted, and rightfully so. I think it was just a bad look on TKO's eyes, especially for his dumb ass.
It was.
What else we got?
Jose says, also want to mention yesterday was the 20th anniversary of the death of Earthquake. Saw the Dark Side of the Ring episode on him. and it's so sad how he passed, and then all his family surrounding him.
I did not know that this was a 20th anniversary. I did see that episode, and it is really sad.
It
That
is.
It's unfortunate that we don't see the reality of a lot of wrestlers. You guys remember the movie The Wrestler?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
is great. A great look on the life of a wrestler after their prime, and when they don't make it to the big times and they have to wrestle the indie scenes at an old age, and even though they don't know any way else, they have to somehow make a living and do ridiculous things.
Yeah.
And Earthquake was always going to be that jobber type, unfortunately. And it is a sad look in his life afterwards and the shit that he had to go through. And his family, too, man.
And
A lot of that dark side of the ring, man, a lot of those episodes really hit hard.
They do.
yeah,
And I'm excited for this new season. I really am. Next month, it's coming out. But yeah, dude, it's a sad episode. You guys should watch that. That one, Canyon. What else? There's a couple of ones that hit me hard.
Me, Owen Hart, him is the
even
hardest.
sad.
Owen
It's
Hart.
even sadder with the
Yeah.
Earthquake episode. It's even sadder because it's when his funeral. It
Yeah.
hits you hard because there's no wrestlers. There's
No.
nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up.
It breaks my heart.
I don't know. Have they ever done one? I might be wrong, but I know they've done so many of them, and might be forgetting. They ever did one with Sensational Sherry?
No.
That was.
I don't think so.
That was a sad
No.
one because in the end of the day, for her funeral, nobody, not really that many people came out, and the one who had to pay for it was Booker T, and that's because Booker T said that Sensational Sherry was a big part of him coming up during that time, that she took the time to make his attire and everything, and for that she can never repay her back. So that's why she
Exactly.
paid for the funeral, because no one else did at the time, which is just sad. Another one, I don't know if you guys seen this one, but Daphne
Daphne.
was a really sad case, really underrated, could have been a bigger star, but really got screwed out the industry.
Yeah.
And she was such a sweet soul. She
was.
did a lot of sweet stuff, especially with the one girl that had like some sort of autism that wasn't recorded until after her death, made it viral. And she really got screwed out from TNA during her time and got concussed, in which led to her being suicidal.
Mhm.
It's sad, and her suicide note and everything, man. That's a touchy one too. It's sad. It really is, man. You guys, for those who haven't watched Dark Side of the Ring, go back, watch from season
Watch
1
old episodes.
upwards. I watch some of these reruns. It's always good. What else we got?
Last but not least, he said while he was going, also how no promoter or wrestlers didn't show up to his funeral except Earl Hebner.
That's sad,
Yes,
man.
Earl did. Yeah, Earl did. Yeah.
But shout out to
Earl
Dave.
Hebner.
Yeah. So shout out to Earl Hebner. That's a real one right there, man. You always have to have at least that one real one to show up. To me, it's always that one saying, I'd rather have 4 solid quarters than have 100 pennies. And that's all, like I always say to people, man. Like, in the end of the day, if you have that one, that real one that just shows up no matter what, that's all it needs, man, in life. But that's just my opinion. But regardless, guys, this has been a great episode. Very fun. Wyatt, thank you for joining us. Guys, subscribe to Wyatt Wrestling.
Thank
Hit
you.
our like buttons. Hit our subscribe buttons. And join us next time. And we'll see you then. Dig it!